It is. Well, we're going to be going taking our break here. We'll be back in 2 minutes with James with the news. And then we're going to have Terry L. Cook talking about the Duke of Hell when we come back.
One day while reading history, I paused to take a sigh about the land Afghanistan, where empires go to die. Alexander the Great, he tried and failed. The Mongols, they did too. The British and the Russians, they got their ass kicked too. America's been there many years, and I ask myself why we don't learn from history, where empires go to die.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
This is Night Dreams Talk Radio Network News, and I'm James Creechbaum. Dinosaur DNA discovered, scientists claim. Paleontologists report that they have retrieved DNA from dinosaur fossils dating back to the Cretaceous era. Now, dating back 75 million years, these juvenile reptiles were unearthed at the Two Medicine Formation in Montana, which has long proven a popular site among fossil hunters. They suggest DNA can preserve for tens of millions of years. We hope that this study will encourage scientists working on ancient DNA to push current limits and to use new methodology in order to reveal all the unknown molecular secrets that ancient tissues have. The oldest known full genome was recovered from a 700,000-year-old horse preserved in permafrost, while the oldest known proteins were found in ostrich egg shells dating back 3.8 million years. Scientists claim to have found the first known extraterrestrial protein in a meteorite. A new discovery could be a clue for us to see if life could emerge elsewhere in the solar system. Using a new analysis technique, scientists think they have found an extraterrestrial protein tucked inside a meteorite that fell to Earth 30 years ago. If the results can be replicated, it will be the first protein ever identified that didn't originate here on Earth. Using state-of-the-art mass spectrometry, they found that they believe to be a protein in a meteorite called ACFER-086 found in Algeria in 1990. While not proof of extraterrestrial living creatures, this protein discovery makes for yet another of life's building blocks to be found in a space rock. There are many processes that can produce protein, but life, as far as we know, can't exist without it. YouTube's war on conspiracy videos continues. The video hosting giant has been drastically reducing the number of conspiracy video recommendations. Back in January 2019, YouTube announced that, among other things, it would be working to rein in conspiratorial content on its platform by reducing how often such videos would be recommended to users. Now, according to a new study, YouTube stayed true to its word and managed to reduce the number of conspiracy video recommendations by 70% over the first 5 months since the announcement. The researchers also found that while the move has only had a minor impact on some topics, others such as 9/11 conspiracy theories have been almost wiped off the recommendations system entirely. Now, given that we don't know exactly how YouTube recommendation algorithm works, and which subject is considered conspiracies, predicting how things will change moving forward is very difficult. It seems probable that most, if not all, conspiracy videos will end up being sidelined sooner or later. Bill Gates says government should invest billions to battle once-in-a-century pathogen. Bill Gates wrote that in order to stop pandemics, governments and the private sector should invest billions, calling it a bargain, in contrast to the economic pain caused by the coronavirus, which continues to spread and pummel markets around the world. According to Gates, billions of dollars are needed from both governments and the private sector for the regulatory approval of vaccines, as well as disease surveillance and research, because pandemic products are extraordinarily high risk. The World Health Organization raised the global risk for coronavirus on Friday to very high, its most severe level, who also said that at least 20 different vaccines for coronavirus are in the development. Gates predicted large-scale vaccine trials could kick off as soon as June. Meanwhile, at least $5 trillion has been wiped off global markets as investors react to the ongoing coronavirus panic. If you have a news story you want us to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio, contact us at James, Night Dreams Talk Radio News at gmail.com.
From my compound in Gig Harbor, Washington, to you worldwide. Good afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on your time zone. Are you ready to go for a real ride in the paranormal tonight? Get that easy chair going. Get that fire set. Get something warm to drink. Curl up next to that fire. And let's go. We got a full tank of gas. Our guest tonight is Terry L. Cook, talking about his sci-fi book, The Duke of Hell. Check out our website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com.
Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades. Here's your host, Gary Anderson.
Just waiting for that storm to move by. Well, tonight we're going to get into, well, a sci-fi book. It's about a commander, an alien master. Let's get our guest on and find out more. Hey, James, are you excited about tonight's show?
I am, because it covers kind of the apocalyptic theory that some of the aliens, I think, come down and it's the New World Order and they're trying to take over, and so it ought to be interesting.
It should be. Well, we're trying to get him on, and at this point, he's not answering. Huh. Well, I think we got him. Hey, Terry, are you there?
Yes. Could you connect with my, boy, we're getting a lot of feedback. Could you connect with my Skype? I sent you my Skype address.
I can't, I'm not set up to use Skype addresses.
Okay. We're getting a lot of feedback, so I'm sure it'll be fine, but Skype is great. You ought to switch over to that. It's really clean.
I have it. I use Skype, but I have thousands and thousands of people on my Skype account, and it won't allow me to do
I see.
I mean, because we do 5 guests a night. We take in call-ins. We've been doing this for years, and Skype just won't allow me to add any more people.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we'll make it through. Yeah, it's a little bit broken, but we'll make it through.
Okay, well, you know what? I can try calling you back and see if we get a better line.
Okay, why don't you do that? I'm in Spokane, so we're pretty close. We're not that far away.
Yeah, well, if you lived in Nova Scotia, you'd be coming in perfect. You know that. Let me call you right back, Terry.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
That's true. That's one of the things with Skype. I get frustrated. You know that. You do too, James.
Yeah, it don't take much to frustrate me. He might, if he's got that address where you can't call him, he might have to call you on that if it doesn't work out. The other way.
We'll try it again here, and we'll give it a try. And you're listening to me, Gary, on Night Dreams Talk Radio. So we'll give it a try and see if he answers. Okay. Hopefully this is better. Well, we'll find out.
Well, it's a little bit rough, but we'll make it.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell Terry a little bit about yourself, your background, and whatever came in your mind to write the book, The Duke of Hell?
That's a very good question. Can you hear me okay from my end? Because you're a little broken coming into my end.
Yeah, you're coming in perfect.
Okay. I wrote my first conservative Christian book in 1995 called The Mark of the New World Order. And I was attending a very good fundamentalist church in Southern California where I was born and raised. And I'm a retired Los Angeles County Sheriff's Lieutenant and ex-military, both commissioned and enlisted. I'm a Vietnam vet, so I'm an older guy. I'm a mature guy.
Oh, you're about my age.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're 29 too, aren't you?
I'm like 39, and I'm going to stay 39 till they bury me.
Oh, your name is Jack Benny. You might remember him.
I certainly do.
I think he was 39 until he died, but he was a funny guy. Okay, so I didn't become a Christian until 1983, after Vietnam and, lots of years on the L.A. Sheriff's Department. And I was challenged by a Christian friend of mine to say I was really anti-religious at the time, not vehemently, but I just thought it was all hypocritical nonsense in many respects. And I made that statement out of ignorance because I really had never studied the Bible with any seriousness at all. A few superficial reads, but no seriousness. So I accepted his challenge, and he said, Terry, you have a degree in criminal law. You've been a policeman for years. Try to prove the Bible wrong. I said, well, what's the difference between it and all the other religious books? And he says, well, go ahead and read them. So, Gary, I did. I started with all the other religious books, you name them, I read them. And, some were better than others, but they all just sound like philosophical stuff that was man-made. So I thought to myself, Gary, I'm laying a foundation for what we're going to get into tonight because, I do have a degree in criminal law, and that's how attorneys do it in court. Sometimes they spend too long laying the foundation before they present the case to the jury, but that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to tell you how I got there. You asked the question, what on earth gave you the idea to write this sci-fi book about the end of the world and UFOs invading the planet and bringing the Antichrist to Earth in a UFO? And so I have to tell you, the foundation of all of this came from my transitioning from an agnostic in 1983 over to a Christian, because I tried to prove the Bible wrong. And, from a legal perspective, I thought to myself, well, gee, what makes this book different than the other ones? Is it just another flowery attempt at goodness philosophy rather than the Word of God? Or if it is the Word of God, then it has to tell us who created us, how we screwed everything up, who came to save us, and how the world is going to end. You got all that, Gary? So really, I laid my own perspective on the table, and I studied all the books in that regard. I found that the other books didn't really tell me anything in that regard. They just offered me a flowery substance, allegedly a good way to live. But and then some even offered me a opportunity to reincarnate several times until I got it right. And I thought, well, gee, that doesn't sound too likely or sensible or logical, because I asked one Hindu, I said, well, what information in any